Hi, I'm Tony Stefano of Hillside Christmas Tree Farm. Today we're going to do the top work on our spruce trees. We're going to try and get all these done in the next couple hours. It's a perfect day today. Overcast, no sun, lower 70s. Wondering where this weather was this weekend because it was like high 80s, muggy, not fun to work in. So great day for all this stuff. I don't think a lot of work is going to be needed here. A lot of doubles and things we'll trim out. And these trees are almost ready to start shearing, but I'm not ready to do that yet. So tools I have our Max Tapener, which I highly recommend. Good for, correcting tops, as you'll see, and then I've done a lot of videos with this. I brought my 2-foot ARS pole pruner. Spruce aren't fun to grab and pull down and cut, and I think there will be some tall ones. So this will give me a little more reach than my normal hand shears. Inside my pouch here, maybe not see it, I have extra tape, extra staples, my normal hand clippers, and my little satchel with sticks and some of my tree trainers. Running low on those, did a lot with the fir, which I think are more popular and more important to me. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to go through these. Behind me are the baby blue varieties. Then as you go down, we'll see Black Hills, and we do have some Serbian. So you'll see the variety that we have today. So let's get to it. Yeah, before I went through here, I mowed because a little wet, and yeah, who wants to walk through wet tall grass? So Dad's on the New Holland. We got it back after replacing the engine, so that's a costly, fun one. So, life on the farm. So, all right, let's get to it. All right, so all we're gonna do, we're still a couple years from harvesting these trees, and we're just looking for things that, if it doesn't have a top. So I don't want to spend a lot of time correcting height stuff yet. This one's not quite centered, a little short, but whatever, that looks good. Just not major corrections right now. So things that you can do, like if this is a little long, and we are still several years from harvesting this block, so we'll take the shorter one today. So like I said, you don't want to pull stuff down. I got my pole pruner. I kind of don't like the grab and hold, the cut and hold. I think I'm going to take those off in the future. These things, when you cut, it'll hold the branch. So I don't really care. So you don't want stuff falling on your face. That's the design behind it. And these ones are still pretty short, and we got good bud density and stuff. So I'm pretty happy with how these are doing. These are the ones we kind of try to avoid avoid cutting the leaders. So hopefully this goes pretty quick, because I want to do other things. See Dad, we got the tractor back. Like this is gonna be a multiple stem. We want to cut him out. So we'll do some minor corrections and things too. While we're walking through here. Nice, now he's cutting onto the new field. Sometimes you don't need a bamboo stick. Yeah, out of staples. This is why it's good to carry a little tool pouch. You have all the extra things with you. Nothing more frustrating than starting to get on a roll and saying, "Oh, I'm out of tape. Oh, I'm out of staples," and have to go back to the cart, back to your truck, back to whatever. Just keep on moving on here. So we do have some white pine weevil. So this is a Black Hill, right? This was a white pine weevil last year. Again, I'm not looking to spend all day correcting this stuff. This is shearing time work. But It all has to get done. So there's a lot of bud abortion. Who knows why? It happens. Back into our blues. This is interesting here. We want to cut this stuff out, right? That's a stem coming up. Oh, I don't know, some dieback here, maybe a weevil. I don't know. Not exactly sure. So this, let's peel some of this back. I don't know if any of this stuff looks good. We'll try to train him up. We'll do that for this year. In the meantime, we'll cut this out. He's trying to be a stem. That's coming out, so those are branches. This, more than 45, we got good support here. Cut that out. Multiple leaders. These trees are a year older than what are out there. I feel like the Wild Wild West, all these different tools, different pouches. So this one would be a good one if I had a ring, right? But I don't. So we'll just remove. Again, we got a good whirl around. This one here would be a good candidate for a branch trainer. Train this one to a side. Like so. And we get into our Serbians, which I'm not going to really worry too much about. Weevils love Serbians. That is why we've stopped planting them. And I think the branches are pretty weak for Christmas trees. But yeah, we had the traps out. We tried spraying. I mean, we've done a lot of good improvements on our weevil damage, but this year we did have a strange growing spring. That's maybe a way to put it. Weather dipped back down, got pretty cold. Must have missed a little bit of our window. It happens. These are pretty much ready to get the knives out. Start the side shearing. So this is the field. Right here's the line where the orange fence was. And we save these for this year. So we'll open up probably these blues, the Black Hill, and probably the Serbians. Along with these, we might mark down a little bit as sale, but maybe these are still pretty decent trees. These ones I probably did a video on, like winter shearing, probably earlier this year. Earlier this year being like March. This one here is not quite straight, so we'll straighten it out. Might be a pretty pointless pretty pointless at this stage, because come oh my god. Oh, what am I saying here? November we'll be opening these trees up, so for cutting. So really cutting out doubles and stuff also really doesn't make much sense. But force of habit. Nice poison ivy there. Yeah, see, the point of those little things is to grab and hold the branch. I think I'll leave the ones that we're going to open up. I'll change a little bit. Just we'll walk through and make corrections like this that isn't supposed to be done. But just in case something were to happen and we lose a bird or something. Something were to happen to the top, we have a spare. We'll still walk through them just to make sure everything's okay. Yeah, so we'll open up those blues, we'll open up these black hills, and we'll open up these Serbians. And we will put the line where these next blues take over. Should probably open up another 300 spruce this year. So hopefully what you're noticing so far is not a lot of tapering, not a lot of bud abortion. Definitely some multiple stems. But those are all on ones that have been cut, right? Last year this leader got nipped down. And when that happens, you get multiple stems that want to take over. That's normal. But I think I don't know if it's the variety that I'm using, the baby blue variety, but they don't have a lot of bud abortion, I've noticed, so I'm happy about that. These are multiple stems that are coming up. This thing, who knows? We're gonna leave that for greens. Nice spider web. Good. All right. So we'll leave that shorter one. And also I just think that if that little grab thing wasn't there, I could cut all the way through it. Sometimes I have to grab and pull and it's not a clean cut, and I want a clean cut. Stem, stem. Same thing here, we'll just take the shorter one because I want a natural crown. That's my goal. Here's one we're going to need to stick. Yeah, see, like that is not, I don't think it's clean as what normal colors would do. So I think without that gripper, tree gripper, anyways, enough about that. This one here, we'll take out the smaller. Take the smaller one again. Again, I'm impressed too that they come straight. This one here, right, I don't really like the center one, just too weak. Nice poison ivy. Oh, I don't want to miss that. Okay. Yep, perfect day for this stuff, as long as it doesn't rain. Huh. So today is July 7th. This one's gonna need to stick. Hopefully people are planning on attending the national meeting here at the end of the month. It's going to be held in Michigan at Northern Pines Nursery and Dutchman Tree Farms. Should be a really good show. So now we're getting into the trees we're going to harvest this year. So I'm not going to do too much cutting, only corrections. Saying out loud to remind myself to. Only stuff that's missing tops. It's a nice short fat one, huh? Wonder what Dad decided to do. Take a little break. Oh, no, he's over there mowing now. Corrections, right? So this, that's okay. So this, because we're gonna sell these trees, we'll just go ahead and make the double. I'll leave that. Again, we're not here to try to correct form, okay? These are the trees that we're like, all right, time to sell them. This one here probably won't get sold this year, so we'll make structural improvements to see if that we can save it for next year, right? If it does sell, nothing wrong with that. This one here again, we'll leave this stuff because right now, who cares? These trees are going to be listed for sale this year. I am not beholden to the USDA and tree standards. So again, here is going to be where the fence is going to go. So now we're going to change back to corrections for future year's growth. So we're removing doubles, correcting defects. Looks good, looks good. Only on one row because that's what's left for us. Black Hills have, they have a lot of bud abortion. That whole stem. Take the shorter one on this one. So I'll kind of leave a little stub because I want some stuff to grow this way. Maybe not the best practice there, but my practice. This one here will need a stick. We'll nip. We'll pick him to be the leader. We'll nip these down to hopefully promote some filling in with the sides. Feels like it's gonna rain. You can see that we have a road through the center here, so that means I am halfway done. Moving on. Trim him, trim him. See if we can tie this to the stem. See if it helps bring it just a little bit more to the center. Here. Good. Good there. Pull those off. It's good. It's good. Double. This one needs a stick. So we can remove that full one because we have good supporting branches right behind it. This one here, we're going to need a stick. Good. Good, that one. That one. Good long. This is a stem, open stem, double leader. See too, I think black hills tend to grow up, right? There's a rule saying if it's greater than 45, nip it out, but I think black hills, I don't know, they just seem to kind of grow that way too. So I think if you were to apply that rule, you'd be cutting a lot of stuff out. Obviously this doesn't belong there. There's enough stuff going on up there, we can go ahead and leave that. This one clearly is going to need something. Just a little guy. Hopefully next year that takes off. This one here, 45. Good support underneath. Trim that one. Trim that one. Nip. Good. Good. Double, double. Where are we at? A couple more. Keeping track of where we are so that we change our method. Double, so this is real long. We'll take the shorter. And here is going to be our fence. So now we change. Obviously, he's not going to get harvested this year, so we'll nip that. Serbians. Black Hill, that one might. 5 foot. 6. Again, we're just looking for missing tops. I think we'll leave that. Same thing with that. We won't do anything with that until after the season. Here, this thing isn't going to get sold, so we will correct that. We'll leave that. And we make the turn. Got any more? Let's see here. What we can do here. See if we can fill that hole a little bit with a stick like that. All right. This one here, we don't see a good defined top, so we'll add a stick. Again, we're still in trees that we're going to open up this year. Sometimes if we don't get to pulling the sticks out, customers will bring up the trees with stakes in them, and that's fine. we explained to them that, yeah, sometimes a bird lands on the top and breaks the leader, and we have to go and fix it. Educational for them. And they understand. We take our stick back at that time. This one here was a weevil damage years ago, right? Now we got a double. Alright, we're back to our orange fence row, reserved for Christmas 27, which means changing our method. These are stems, shouldn't be there. So we'll leave what are called horns on these, just to, next year it'll be a pretty busy top, but this will hopefully take off. These buds here, which hopefully you can see, will hopefully fill in this clump, which looked kind of empty if I were just to leave that. So it's my logic there. Sometimes I do that when there isn't a nice supporting crown. But you do have to be aware that next year you're going to have a lot of stuff going on up there. Like this one has this branch right here to support this, so we can take these out. Here's my massive leader. This one here we can take out. This one here we're going to do a stick. Shooter. That will leave. Again, there's not a lot up top, so we'll leave horns. Hopefully he's got the terminal juice. Again, we'll leave horns. Double, good support up here, so we don't need to leave horns. Should nip these down so there's not a good distinct leader, and these could all take off next year. Same thing, right? This would be like a double. Some trees just grow better than others. Alright, done the tape. Just to the stem, straighten it up. Stuff here we'll leave. Horns. Alright, then now we're back to harvest mode. Yeah, these Serbians, man. I like them. You know, they have a neat two-tone color underneath, but between the bugs and the branch strength isn't there, I don't think they make good Christmas trees. So if you are growing them as Christmas trees, let me know how they do for you down in the comments. That'd be great. I guess one of my goals is to offer the most variety of choosing cut trees, and they do grow here on the farm pretty well. And so with that perspective, maybe they'd be worth it. But I think between the blue and the Black Hill, I think I got a good variety. Now we're on the last row. So I think I'm good with spruce. The Black Hill, they look like a white spruce. Good branch strength, good growing speed. Not a lot of pest problems. Kind of surprised that with they also break bud really early, but they don't have frost problems that I haven't seen. So, all right, and we're back to our reserve line. some thick tops, so we'll leave them short. All right, and that does it. So all the tops are, I don't know, corrected. We still got to do the little guys that we started planting in 2020. I'll do those probably in the winter or during the knifing, which would actually is probably not too far off from these. I think these are probably ready before the fir. So yeah, I could probably just start doing those now if I wanted to, but I'm not ready to do that today. So. All right, yeah, so I don't know if you noticed, but I kind of changed the method as we are going to shift to the trees that we harvested. Leaving the doubles, just in case something happens, a bird lands on it. And even we leave trees a little more open that year harvest versus trees that we're still kind of holding back for, or still developing for the future years. So, all right, that does it. Thanks for watching, and yeah. Happy full-blown summer. So, all right, thanks.